race for the Sprint Cup with 2 races left. And 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick says he plans to continue to sit during the playing of the national anthem before NFL games, even if it cost him his job. The biracial Kaepernick is protesting what he considers unpunished policy brutality against minorities in the country by refusing to stand for the anthem. State and regional news and sports. I'm Living Large Larry.
Living Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Living Large Larry live.
Truly trained barbers, the experts at hair. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main Street in the Heights. I've used Austin as my barber at Jim and Austin's Barbershop for about 5 years now. The best $10 haircut ever. And 10 minutes, $10, in and out. You can even get your haircut over your lunch hour. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in the Heights. Find them on Facebook. Fitness is found in many things. Working out, also through cryotherapy. N2 Cryotherapy in Billings since last July, and the business has really expanded. Talked to Cindy Graff and her crew at N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4, and N2Cryo.com for details. A little history about what cryotherapy is, how it'll help you, and right now she's got a great contingent of athletes, and we're talking from middle school to high school to the professional ranks as well. Ask her about it. N2 Cryotherapy, and ask for the introductory offer as well. N2Cryo.com. You can set up an appointment online as well.
Attend the Home Improvement Show September 9, 10, 11 at Metro Park, boasting 450 exhibits. Win a custom epoxy floor or Connors double garage door. It's the place you want to be, and it's free. So, where to?
Keystone Mortgage is a sponsor of our replays on the show. Keystone Mortgage, downtown Billings, at the new location right across the street from the pub station. Ask about their new loan tracker. You can see everything, including rates, lock dates, personal notes, and documentation. It's private to you. The loan tracker through Keystone Mortgage Company in Billings, downtown. Jim Beck is with us, Director of Sales for Water Sage for Montana and Wyoming. And hello, Jim. How are you?
Very good. Yourself?
All right, Jim Beck. Talk about Water Sage. First of all, what exactly is Water Sage in layman's terms for those who maybe have never heard of Water Sage?
Well, Water Sage is a map-based platform that allows one to see on a Google Earth type setting all the information related to water, land, wells, in the state of Montana and Wyoming. So you can basically, it's a cloud-based tool that if you have access to the internet, you can pull up that site and you can go straight to Montana and you can drill down to any parcel of land in the state and gain tremendous amounts of information as it relates to that land and water associated with it.
Let me give you 3 bullet points and you can expand upon all 3 together if you'd like, or dissect them separately. Know your water rights, Montana water rights re-examination underway, and protect your water rights.
Right, let's start with the first one. Just give me the first one again.
Yeah, 3 bullet points. Know your water rights. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, basically what's taking place today that's important for everybody in the state of Montana is there's what's called a second decree that's starting to take place. And essentially what that means is that the DNRC is going to re-adjudicate and re-examine over 100,000 water rights in the state of Montana. So it's important that anybody that has water rights or thinks they have water rights know exactly where you stand with those.
What is DNRC?
And the DNRC is the Department of Natural Resource and Conservation out of Helena. And they'll be conducting the examination of all those water rights.
And the re-examination. Is this part of the Water Sage workshop coming up on the 31st of August?
It is. What we do is we go out into the basins that are going to be adjudicated, and we invite the public to come and attend our workshop, and we'll explain exactly what's going on with this process. So the whole purpose is to inform the public of what's coming down the pike so that they can properly prepare themselves to deal with it.
So how do people know if their water rights are in jeopardy as we speak, Jim Beck?
The DNRC will send a postcard to each water right holder in a particular basin, and that postcard will notify, the purpose is to notify them that their water right is going to go through an examination or re-adjudication process. So they need to make sure, if you have a water right, you better be receiving this postcard and be prepared to work with the DNRC to ensure everything is proper with your water right.
What can people expect to learn when they attend the workshop coming up on Wednesday the 31st?
Well, what they're going to learn is exactly what will the DNRC examine when they go through this re-adjudication process. They'll also be able to learn why this second decree is important to water holders and what it means to them. They'll also learn what the potential adverse effects to them are going to be in this re-examination process. Worst case, under this process, a water right could actually be invalidated. So it's important that people understand exactly what the challenges are going to be in this re-examination process, and that's what we are going to inform them about.
Talk about the workshop and where it's at and all the particulars, if you would, please.
The workshop is going to be Wednesday, the 31st, down in Bridger, Montana. It starts at 7 p.m. in the Senior Center down there.
Okay.
We've issued over 100 invitations into that basin, inviting people to come. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. In fact, we'll have some coffee and refreshments and some things to eat so that you can sit there, and we will go through an in-depth presentation of exactly what they can expect, and we'll give them advice on how to prepare for it and actions that they can take.
And we'll get to the sign-up procedure in a second here, but will there be other workshops for other communities down the road in the future?
Yes, there will be. In fact, we are starting to put together plans to go up into the Muscle Shell area, up to Harlowton and Roundup, and we expect to do that later in the month of September. And ultimately, we will hold workshops in every water basin that's affected by this process.
And people can log on to watersage.com for information. But how do you sign up for the Bridger workshop coming up on the 31st of August?
Well, the best thing to do is to give Jessie a call here at our office in Ennis, Montana.
Okay.
And her phone number is 406-552-0491. Or just show up. We're trying to get a head count so that we have enough seats and refreshments for everybody. Mm-hmm. But don't let the fact that you don't contact Jessie stop you from coming.
Oh, very good. www.watersage.com for more details. Any final thoughts from you, Jim Beck?
No, we're excited about doing this, and we're trying to get people out in front of this process so that they can protect their water rights. As this thing, as we all know, every day you wake up, there seems to be new issues with drought and water shortages, and people claiming other people are taking their water.
Right.
So it's important.
All right, Jim Beck, good conversation. Appreciate the time.
Well, thank you. Look forward to seeing everybody there on Wednesday night.
Living Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Living Large Larry live.
the Home Improvement Show September 9, 10, 11 at Metro Park, boasting 450 exhibits. Win Moonlight's roofing package or Bryce's Master Clean package. It's the place you want to be, and it's free. So, where to?
Living Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Living Large Larry live.
Our replay of segments on liveandlargelarry.com on the show from Keystone Mortgage Company here in Billings. Purchase, refinance, investment properties, and a brand new place to call home for work. Keystone Mortgage downtown now across from the pub station, 2442 First Avenue North. You can find them on Facebook. Type in the keyword Keystone. Keystone Mortgage Company. You aren't just a number, you're our number one priority. I think you'll love the changes at Keystone Mortgage. Another warm one in Billings, Montana today, and another warm one tomorrow, as in the low to mid 90s. And then for the weekend, it really turns into fall around Billings, 65 to 75, and that'll extend through a good part of next week. To our expanded forecast at liveandlargelarry.com. Redline Computer Studios, West Billings, liveandlargelarry.com.
Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Living Large Larry live.
Infant assault in a Billings motel room. I'm Living Large Larry. A 26-year-old Missoula man is charged with assaulting his girlfriend's infant son by throwing him on the floor in a Billings hotel room, causing a skull fracture and a ruptured blood vessel in his brain. Jeffrey Angst is in jail. Bail set at $85,000. Governor Steve Bullock plans to meet with federal energy officials to discuss the potential to capture carbon dioxide from burning coal at Montana's Colstrip power plant. Colstrip is one of the largest power plants in the West. It faces an uncertain future because of the large amounts of pollution it emits. A 2008 analysis from the power plant's operator said it could cost up to $900 million annually to capture and store carbon dioxide from Colstrip. Tuesday turned out to be a good day to fight fires in western Montana, though crews were keeping a lookout for a cool front blowing in from Oregon. A red flag warning suggested dry thunderstorms might mix with temperatures in the 90s and relative humidity in the low to mid-teens and cause problems at both the Copper and the Roaring Lion fires southwest of Hamilton, which turns a month old today, by the way. The south entrance to Yellowstone National Park is reopened after being closed for more than a week because of a wildfire in neighboring Grand Teton National Park. Firefighters doused hot spots and cleared downed and dangerous burned trees along the highway that runs up the east side of Grand Teton and to the Yellowstone entrance. The highway reopened overnight, and the Yellowstone Gate opened at 7 on Tuesday morning. The fires in Yellowstone and Grand Teton remain active and continue to grow, but all major tourist attractions and roads in Yellowstone are now open. After more than 40 years working in medicine, including the last 34 in Billings, as a naturopath physician, Dr. Margaret Beeson has been recognized nationally as one of the best in her field. The American Association of Naturopathic Physicians named her its 2016 Physician of the Year. And Park City will be voting again on funding for school renovations. Ballots will be mailed out on September 7th and must be returned by September 27th. The current proposal would raise taxes on a home of $100,000, about $230 a year, a figure that could exceed $500 for more expensive homes. And authorities have identified Lester Seymour of Billings as a man killed in a motorcycle wreck near Roundup on Saturday. The 60-year-old man crashed on U.S. Highway 87 near mile marker 30. He was not wearing a helmet. The Minnesota Vikings' chances for a second straight division title took a severe hit when quarterback Teddy Bridgewater suffered a dislocated left knee and a torn ACL and a freak injury during yesterday's practice. The non-contact injury is expected to keep him out at least the entire season, which currently leaves Sean Hill as their number one quarterback. Bridgewater was hurt while planting his left foot to throw a pass. U.S. Open news. Top seed Serena Williams and her sister Venus were among yesterday's first-round winners in the U.S. Open. Baylor football player Ismael Zamora has been suspended for the first 3 games of the season after a video surfaced of him beating his dog with a belt this summer. A sophomore receiver has issued a statement apologizing for his actions, saying he was sorry that he took out his frustrations on his dog. Waco police charged Zamora with the misdemeanor in the animal abuse case. State and regional news and sports, I'm Living Large Larry.
3rd-year anniversary celebration for Carrie's Massage business. 2-part body wraps at $70 the month of August, normally $95. That'd be good for any 2 body parts that you choose. So you could choose your hips and legs or arms and belly. You can even get your face massage. Yep. It'll help tighten your chin muscles so that little flap of skin that you tend to get will shrink up just a little bit. Carrie's Massage, 928 Broadwater, suite number 204. And how about half-price reflexology massages for $15? Normally cost you $30. The reflexology is just hands and feet. Takes about 30 minutes. Includes a relaxing foot soak as well. Carrie's Massage, 3 years and going strong. 928 Broadwater, suite number 204.
Into Cryo at 805 24th Street West, Suite 4 is calling all area athletes, teams, coaches, and trainers. Forget the ice bath. Experience the state-of-the-art cryo chamber and the 3-minute system that's changing the way athletes perform and recover. Cut injury and surgery downtime. Train harder. Recover faster. Call 534-8850 to see what it can do for you or your organization. Groups welcome. 534-8850. Come in and chill out.
Attend the Home Improvement Show September 9, 10, 11 at Metro Park, boasting 450 exhibits. Win a Honda generator from Ace or an elliptical from BFit. It's the place you want to be, and it's free. So, where to?
Living Large Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Living Large Larry Live.
Redline Computer Studios across from Goodwill is where we are. LivinLargeLarry.com. What is going on around town? What's happening is courtesy of Bighorn Inspection, Petrochemical, and Refinery Inspection. Bighorn Inspection, BighornInspection.com. Billings Kiwanis brought their Movies in the Park back after a break in July, and the recent one was August 26th, Finding Nemo Rose Park. Moving on to September, a couple of Movies in the Park for Billings Kiwanis. September 9th, Ant-Man, Castle Rock Park at dusk. And September 16th, Wizard of Oz at Pioneer Park at dusk. Billings Kiwanis Movies in the Park, and those two will wrap up the season for Billings Kiwanis Movies in the Park again September 9th, and those are free for you. If there's inclement weather on those two Fridays, they'll be moved to the same parks, except they'll be on Saturdays. Jersey Day coming up. Sing Contracting and Outward Media Group, a benefit for Blankets and Bears. Jersey Day, you wear kind of like Jeans Friday. It'll happen on Mondays through the NFL football season. Wear your jersey to work and pay a small stipend, all for Blankets and Bears. Jersey Day, the first one coming up. The kickoff party is at Hooligans at 5 on September 12th. Hooligans in downtown Billings. Also, the 23rd Annual Fall Home Improvement Show is upon us again, September 9th, 10th, and 11th at Metro Parks campus, the Expo Center, the entire Expo Center, with free admission, of course, free parking, and great prizes. The Fall Home Improvement Show begins September 9th. What is going on around town? What's happening is courtesy of Bighorn Inspection, Petrochemical, and Refinery Inspection. Bighorn Inspection, BighornInspection.com. Best Coupon Magazine, truly in and around Billings, with an issue for different areas around Billings. Coupons that fit where you live. Hometown Values. Hometown Values Savings Magazine. If you check your mail from time to time, you'll see it. It's going to show up in your mailbox. Hometown Values Savings Magazine. Check out the new Heights edition. Also the newest Billings Laurel edition is out as well. Hometown Values with practical couponing in the magazine. Hometown Values. How's your health? Is your mind open to different ways to be healthier? N2 Cryotherapy. You've heard us talk about cryotherapy since about mid-November. And N2 Cryotherapy has been in Billings since last July. And it's growing with athletes. If you are suffering from arthritis, give N2 Cryotherapy a try. Ask Cindy Graff about the pricing differences of N2 Cryotherapy. There's something to fit your budget. N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4, Saturday hours as well. N2 Cryotherapy, N2Cryo.com.
Attend the Home Improvement Show September 9, 10, 11 at Metro Park, boasting $25,000 in prizes. Win a Kinco security system or All-Star custom rain gutters. It's the place you want to be, and it's free. So, where to?
Trained Barber Haircuts, Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in the Heights, the best $10 haircut ever. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, the official barber for the Living Large Larry Live show. Like him on Facebook, Jim and Austin's Barbershop up in Billings Heights. 2225 Main in the Heights, Jim and Austin's Barbershop. Proud supporters of the JCs. Thanks to KTVQ.com, Color8.com, the Billings Gazette at times for some of our sourcing for the news we gather here for the show, LivinLargeLarry.com, and also thanks to our state news writer, Brian Bennett from the Northern News Network. We can find out on Thursday if a portion of the Yellowstone River will reopen. Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks are holding a conference call at noon Thursday. Today, the organization is expected to get the latest update on the fish kill that closed a 183-mile stretch of the Yellowstone River and its tributaries to recreation. There'll be a conference call that actually you can be a part of. There's a link at color8.com, KULR8.com. River was closed August 19th after reports were made on August 12th of numerous dead mountain whitefish. Also, fireworks caused damage to a mail collection box in Billings. The Billings Fire Department says they were called to a fire at a mail collection box at 2250 Grant Road this week. The fire department's fire marshal Trevor Schilling says fireworks ignited the mail that was in the box. The estimated cost of damage is around $2,000. Notices will be sent to those whose mail was damaged. And according to officials, the post office, they say this is not an uncommon crime. A man serving life in prison plus 10 years for attempted murder of a sheriff's deputy will not be released on parole. Gordon Sellner, 77 now, was sentenced in 1996, 4 years after he shot Missoula County Sheriff Deputy Robert Parcell during a traffic stop north of Condon. Parcell recovered from his injuries and still works for the Sheriff's Department. Sellner's parole will be examined again in 3 years. Officials confirmed that a 19-year-old man who fell while climbing Granite Peak has now died. According to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle, Thomas Feifel fell while climbing on August 9th. Park County Sheriff's Search and Rescue, along with Gallatin County High-Angle Rescue Team, were able to rescue him. A medical helicopter from Bozeman with a medic started treatment and then flew him to Billings before he was then transported to Seattle. Granite Peak's the highest point in Montana at 12,808 feet. Feifel was from Rapid City, South Dakota.
Living Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Living Large Larry live.
Governor Bullock's executive order. I'm Living Large Larry. Governor Steve Bullock signed an executive order Monday declaring the fish kill on the Yellowstone River earlier in the month an emergency, which frees up $15.4 million in emergency funds for workers and businesses affected by the river's closure, accessible to them mostly through unemployment insurance, retaining programs, and planning grants. Some don't want that approach. Still others will probably try for a loan from the U.S. Small Business Administration, which is federal money, not state, to keep their doors open into the next year. The river or its tributaries will reopen is unknown, but fewer dead fish are being found on the banks of the river. The Boys and Girls Clubs of Yellowstone County now have a fifth club in McKinley Elementary School in Billings. About 50 students have signed up at the new club with hopes that it will serve more than 100. The organization aims to serve about 900 kids citywide from all of the 5 Boys and Girls Clubs in and around Yellowstone County. U.S. Representative Ryan Zinke and Democratic challenger Denise Juneau sparred on Native American and rural issues in their first debate on the Fort Peck Indian Reservation. Juneau told the audience on Monday that Zinke says one thing to tribal leaders and then votes against their interest. Zinke accused Juneau of not telling the truth and said he has worked hard on Indian issues, such as supporting tribal water compacts and federal recognition for the Little Shell Band of Chippewa Cree Indians. A Glacier National Park employee was injured after startling a bear while picking huckleberries. Park officials say the off-duty employee was in the Swift Current Valley Saturday evening when she surprised the bear, believed to be a grizzly. She suffered minor injuries to her legs and hands. A new memorial trail has been dedicated to Sydney school teacher Sherry Arnold, who was abducted and killed back in 2012. The Sherry Arnold Fitness Trail signs went up earlier this spring to honor the local teacher. 2 signs bearing her name sit at either end of the trail, which runs from the northwest side of town to the southeast. Official dedication. The Hardin girl who died this weekend after falling from a moving vehicle on the Crow Indian Reservation Sunday afternoon has been identified. 12-year-old Courtney Little West was pronounced dead at the scene after falling from a pickup south on Highway 313, about 13 miles south of Hardin. Billings and area residents may have been surprised by the June and July water bill totals, as dozens reported a significant spike. In 2014, the City Council approved rate changes to encourage conservation. The more water used, the rate per CCF goes up. Couple of baseball notes. Toronto tops the AL East by 2 games over Boston and 4 over Baltimore, following the Blue Jays' win against the Orioles and the Red Sox rout of Tampa Bay. Josh Donaldson and Jose Bautista hit solo homers. Marco Estrada scattered 4 hits in 7 innings as the Jays topped the O's 5-1. Rick Porcello became the major's first 18-game winner of the season. And Mookie Betts smacked his 30th homer to highlight the Boston Red Sox 9-4 win against the Devil Rays. Colorado's 8-1 pounding of L.A. put San Francisco within 1.5 games of the NL West leading Dodgers. Nick Hundley got the Rockies going with a 2-run homer, and DJ LeMahieu collected 3 RBIs as Colorado handed the Dodgers their third loss in 9 games. John Gray 4-hit L.A. while striking out 8 over 6 shutout innings. State and regional news and sports. I'm Living Large Larry.
N2 Cryotherapy, Billings' own pain management and athletic recovery center, is now offering monthly memberships. Unlimited cryo sessions at one low monthly price. Clients are experiencing stress relief, better sleep, and increased energy after one 3-minute session. Get your membership started today. Stop in at 805 24th Street West, number 4, or call 534-8850 for details. Discover what it's like to be cool at N2 Cryo.
Attend the Home Improvement Show September 9, 10, 11 at Metro Park, boasting $25,000 in prizes. Win a Billings insulation package or a wall-mounted fireplace. It's the place you want to be, and it's free. So, where to?
Couponing is back, and how would you like to look at a coupon magazine that's larger than the palm of your hands? Real-sized Hometown Values coupon magazine. There's one built and issue out for your area in and around Billings and Laurel. Hometown Values, shop the original. Inside, practical couponing. Hometown Values, and log on to myhometownvalues.com. Check out the new Heights issue of Hometown Value. I get my haircut every 6 weeks from Jim and from Austin's Barber Shop in Billings Heights at 2225 Main Street in the Heights. The best $10 haircut you'll ever have. And Jim and Austin's Barber Shop, they're trained to be barbers. Basic haircut, $10, 10 minutes, in and out. Jim and Austin's Barber Shop, 2225 Main in the Billings Heights, and like them on Facebook, Jim and Austin's Barber Shop in Billings Heights. If you have not tried cryotherapy, then here in Billings you can now, since last July. Cindy Graff and her staff at N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, suite number 4. If you're an athlete or if you just work out, if you're elderly and have the aches and pains, try cryotherapy. If you log on to the website, you'll learn a lot about what cryotherapy is all about and how it can help you as well. N2 Cryotherapy in Billings, n2cryo.com.
Attend the Home Improvement Show September 9, 10, 11 at Metro Park, boasting 450 exhibits. Win a custom epoxy floor or Connors double garage door. It's the place you want to be, and it's free. So, where to?
Living Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Living Large Larry live.
Keystone Mortgage has moved to a much larger location. Keystone Mortgage is our underwriter for our replay of the show, our podcast. Keystone Mortgage, purchase, refinance, investment properties, second home, anything dealing with mortgages. You aren't just a number, you're our number one priority. And that slogan fits. Keystone Mortgage Company, Keystone Mortgage, KeystoneHomeLoans.com. They are locally owned and operated. And you can search them out on Facebook. Just type in the keyword, the Keystone.
We're talking about the world's largest truck convoy for the Special Olympics. And with us for part of the conversation is Brandon Ide with the Billings Police Department. I know that, Brandon, first off, welcome to KGHL and our radio show. Glad that you took time with us today.
All right, thank you for giving us some time.
And I know that the Billings Police Department and the Special Olympics you're very passionate about the whole event together. So, and how many years do you know how long the Billings PD has been involved with Special Olympics?
I don't know how long they've been involved with Special Olympics. Specifically, we have a lot of different events that we're in charge of. We have Polar Plunge up at Lake Elmo, and we have World's Largest Truck Convoy and Torch Run for Special Olympics. So we have a variety of different things. I've been here for 9 years, and it was well established before I came.
Do you team up with other county law enforcement as well for your Special Olympics events?
Yes, it's all forms of law enforcement. We have Border Patrol and Customs. We have local law enforcement from the different counties and municipalities. It's all encompassing probation and parole,
Of
all
course.
those guys.
The Law Enforcement Torch Run is a much publicized event, and that's a great event too. But let's talk about the world's largest truck convoy 2016 for the Special Olympics. Give us all the particulars happening on September 17th.
So September 17th, this is going to be about our 10th year doing the truck convoy. This is the only truck convoy that we have in the state of Montana that benefits Special Olympics. This year we are going from the TA, used to be known as the Pelican truck stop,
Okay.
out at East Laurel,
All right.
and that is exit 437. We're going to be on the frontage road out to Zoo Drive. We'll get on the interstate, and we're going to go out to Johnson Lane exit 455. We'll turn around, get back on the interstate, and then we go all the way back out to exit 437 at East Laurel.
If you wanted to make a big awareness campaign, all these truckers, I'm sure that it'll be quite a sight to see. Do you know how many trucks are going to be?
Generally, we've had somewhere between 25 and 40. It just varies year to year. Obviously, we're always hoping for higher numbers. Definitely a lot of publicity for the trucking companies, and the athletes like seeing all the trucks.
I mean, it's billed as the world's largest truck convoy, no matter where you are in Montana. That's pretty huge.
Right. Yep. For Billings to be the only location that it actually occurs, we have a pretty big following.
I guess I'm envisioning a gigantic parade on that Saturday. Now, what time does it start on that Saturday morning?
We have registration at 8 a.m., and we're planning to hit the highway at 10:30.
And do you typically have people that are along the side of the road, watching and waving and things like that?
Yeah, we usually have people taking photographs from the overpasses, a lot of people lining the route, honking and holding signs, and we try and put the athletes either in the patrol cars with the officers that are doing the escort, or some of the trucking companies will give them rides too. So it's a pretty big event for them.
Now, KGHL has a 22-county reach in eastern Montana and northern Wyoming, and a lot of farmers and ranchers and truckers listen to our radio station, AM 790 and also 94.7 FM. If they wanted to be part of this convoy for Special Olympics, how may they do that?
They can get in contact with me. They can call my voicemail number at the police department, which is 657-3060, and that's extension 0316. Or they could also show up the day of the event. Like I said, registration starts at 8 a.m., and we have a safety meeting at 9:30, and we have a little bit of an award ceremony, and then we hit the road, and we're usually back by noon, and we'll have a big barbecue, and we'll have some silent auction items. We actually have some pretty big prizes this year.
What's one of the big prizes you're talking about?
We have a gift card to stay at Fairmont Hot Springs.
Oh, cool.
We also have some other things for some of the various businesses around town. I believe that Outback's possibly one of those.
What are the requirements for truckers that want to be part of the world's largest convoy here in Billings?
Basically, you just need to show up, make sure that you have proof of your driver's license, registration, and insurance. We don't accept any hazmat vehicles,
Okay.
but we'll accept any vehicle, emergency or commercial, as long as everything's up to par and it's not a hazmat vehicle.
Travel Centers of America, Laurel, Montana, 8 a.m. registration. The date is September 17th, world's largest convoy 2016 for Special Olympics. Cool event, Brandon. I appreciate your time.
All right, you're welcome.
Attend the Home Improvement Show September 9, 10, 11 at Metro Park, boasting 450 exhibits. Win a custom epoxy floor or Connors double garage door. It's the place you want to be, and it's free. So, where to?
Well, I'm a career military man that was looking for help with chronic pain due to early onset of arthritis. Without N2 cryotherapy, I would be in severe pain, trying to find something to help take care of the pain, and I already recommend it to everybody I can.
Stop living in pain and call N2 Cryotherapy today.
Living Large Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Living Large Larry Live.
LivingLargeLarry.com on YouTube and the TuneIn smartphone app for your iPhones and Androids from the Redline Computer Studios in West Billings off King and 29th, across from the Goodwill store and next to the Wave Car Wash. And with us, Jonathan Porta and Jessica Porta. Hi, guys.
Hello. How's it going?
Oh, Jessica, get closer to that microphone. Don't be shy. You're also on YouTube, so wave to the camera. As you wave in unison, that was perfect.
We rehearsed for hours.
Yeah, did you rehearsed your wave?
Yes.
That's perfect. So, what is your relationship to Bill Porta and Terry, my good friends with Exit Realty?
That's my dad.
There you go.
So,
You rehearsed that too, right?
yes.
Now, if he asks what our relationship is, he's my dad. Perfect.
Yes.
All right. Big Sky REIA, and REIA stands for what? And give us a backstory of that whole thing. I know it deals with investments, Jonathan.
Yeah, so I think most people that know about the association know it as the Big Sky REIA, the Real Estate Investors Association. It was started quite a while ago, and recently there's it's basically an association of people who like to buy real estate as an investment, to get together, to network, and to learn.
Has the investment in real estate in the Big Sky country, has it changed over the course of, let's say, the last 5 years? Was there a bad time to invest compared to a really good time to invest? That spectrum.
I mean, in my opinion, no. I mean, it depends on your investment strategy. I think there are different strategies at different times that work better than others, and I think that there are bad ways to invest. But I mean, like, I think it just depends. And I think the most important thing is learning and constantly, like, finding out what other investors are doing, finding out what strategies might work in other markets, finding out what other people are doing, the ways that people think about things. So for me, I think the biggest risk to investing is not knowing what you're doing, or not knowing enough about what you're investing in.
So has Big Sky REIA been around for a long time?
In a way, it was started like prior to 2010, which is when I went to my first meeting there. But it's kind of there were some like changes in like who was running the group a couple of times, and it just kind of fell apart a little bit. So we're trying to put it back together.
Going to revive it a little bit.
Yeah. Revive it. Yeah.
What's Jessica's role in Big Sky REIA?
So I am.
You're the wife.
Yeah. I'm helping to organize and just get the group together, and I'm really good with logistics, so I'm good at organizing people and places and times, and so that's kind of what my role has been so far.
I think every guy needs a person that can organize. My wife is the same way. I mean, I do this radio stuff, but she keeps me pretty organized with the other parts of my business too.
Yeah, I make sure Jonathan actually gets to the meetings, so.
Exactly.
Well, that's important. Now, is Big Sky REIA housed out of Exit Realty, and do you work with Bill Porta as well, your dad, for real estate too, or?
So the Big Sky REIA is totally separate. The intention of the group is for investors to get together, to work together, to meet each other, to learn from each other, and also for us to bring in speakers from other parts of the country, as well as local speakers. We're not like affiliated with any brokerage.
Okay.
We're not like real estate agents trying to sell people on using our services or not. We're really focused on, if you want to buy real estate as an investment, we want to be the go-to resource in this area for you to come and learn and meet other people.
So you say this area, does Big Sky REIA handle the entire state of Montana? We're a big state. People don't realize that. Yeah. We're a big state for investment.
So there's another club in western Montana, but there's not another one in eastern Montana. So
I see.
There's no requirement for like geographically, so anybody's welcome to come.
So somebody from Wisconsin came in and says, I've done a lot of reading up on Lolo, Montana. Can you guys help them out with investing in Lolo, Montana?
Sure.
After some research, maybe?
Yeah, we can help them out with the principles of investing, and basically, like, this is how we've done deals, and this may work in Lolo, Montana. It might not. It just depends on, every economy is localized, and real estate depends a lot on actually the comparative market in the area. So there's principles that can apply across the board, but you do have to look at the local economy to see how it's going to work in that area.
In your conversations with investors or potential investors in the United States, where do you find people are coming from most, or at least inquiring to invest in Big Sky REIA properties in Montana?
Honestly, most of the people that I know they're doing it are local. There's like the area we live in isn't like in Ohio or like a Florida where people will come and buy properties from all over. It's not like super popular, but it's still a decent market. And if you live here, it's a great place to get started. And it's like Jessica said, the principles kind of apply everywhere. So if you know how to look at a property and do a cash flow analysis because you want to buy and hold it, that works anywhere. And here is nice. Other markets maybe take a lot more capital to get into, like San Francisco, for example.
Sure, yeah.
Much more expensive. So the numbers, they run the same, but what things you look at are different.
What's one of the projects you're working on in the more recent times that you're looking to on investments? Somebody's inquired about where.
So last week we bought a couple of houses, one in Laurel, one in Billings, and what we're doing with both of these, they're actually pretty nice. They're pretty much move-in ready, and we're doing them on like a rent-to-own. So for someone that can almost qualify for a mortgage but can't quite, we can rent it to them. We put them in credit repair and have them talk to a lender.
That rent-to-own, will that help repair one's credit?
So like renting itself won't, but putting them in a credit repair program that's reputable and having them meet with a lender to find out what they need to do to actually buy the home, those things usually do.
So like my son is, my two sons are 19 and 22, and they don't have that much of a credit history, of course, or kind of young for that. But could people like that, could they look into Big Sky REIA and get into a rent-to-own situation? To build their credit.
So Big Sky REIA is primarily focused on investors, so people that want to buy real estate because they want to make money in real estate.
Sure.
They either want to buy it, or they want to flip it, or they want to wholesale it, things like that. One thing that we're doing right now, just as individual investors, is doing rent-to-owns, because I like the synergy between being able to help someone get into a property, and it's also it's a good way to make money. And there's a good balance between helping someone get where they want to go, and then you making money as well. And when you set up a deal that's a win-win, it's usually good for both people.
So with regards to Big Sky REIA, what's your relationship with the many real estate agents and brokers in our area?
So we're both real estate agents, but we're I don't actually represent clients. I just have my license to buy my own stuff. But we're trying to keep it very open to anybody that wants to come. We're not like endorsing agents. We're not like going to make it like a pitch fest where people come in and try to sell you on services. We want it to be first and foremost helpful. When I came to a meeting like 6 years ago, it's what got me started in real estate investing. And I wouldn't be doing it now had I not went to a meeting and hadn't had that as a resource. And so I want to recreate that resource for other people that would like to learn.
Jonathan Porta, Jessica Porta with us. What did you do, Jonathan, before this?
Well, I'm a software engineer, and I still am. But I work for a startup in San Francisco.
Cool. So you can still, I guess, bounce back to that from time to time.
Yeah, I do that. I work there full time, and I do this the other full time.
Kind of a side business. Jessica, what about you? What did you before real estate?
I was working in hotels for a few years. I worked at the Holiday Inn here in Billings. I worked at a hotel in San Francisco. So I jumped into real estate agent side of things this year. And that's really exciting.
I thought I saw you at Bill's office.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
belong there, so.
we've been doing the investment stuff. I've been part of it. I've been Jonathan's partner since 2010. So I've always been on that side, and so I figured I might as well jump in
Sure.
on the real estate agent side too.
Yeah. My wife, Carrie, is the GM over at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites on the West End here.
Okay, yeah.
Bighorn Resort
Yeah.
area. So, interesting industry.
Yeah, I had
That
a lot of
is.
fun working in hotels. Stressful sometimes though.
Do you ever find anybody that wants to invest in hotels and resorts and things like that? Or
I'd like to buy some.
yeah, it's
I don't know enough about it right now, so.
well. I mean, and I always think
eventually.
this area, and when I say this area, I'm talking from, Billings to Laurel to Columbus to even up to Yellowstone National Park. I mean, we're a destination location, Billings, Montana. I always use Yellowstone as a destination to. Billings to Yellowstone is a great destination. So I would
Yeah,
think that even out-of-state investors would be interested in our area.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
And do you see the out-of-state investors maybe growing your business locally here down the road?
Yeah, I mean, potentially.
Like all the Californiites are on the way here,
Yeah.
and that's okay, I guess, for what you do.
Yeah, I mean we don't care who we're selling our
Yeah.
properties to. If somebody wants to buy them,
Right. Or years ago in outside of Bend, Oregon, which is a nice part of the country.
Okay. Yeah.
We owned a little coffee shop and espresso bar, or a gift shop in Sisters, Oregon, which is like a big tourist trap, old western town in Oregon.
Okay.
And we would get investors that would buy up all that land from Seattle and California.
Really?
Yeah, and before we bought the store, the property, we were like, oh God, more people from Seattle and California until we bought our business there. We realized they're our bread and butter during the tourist season
Yeah.
because they come down and then they would fall in love with the area like we did and start buying it up. So that was Carrie's. I did radio there, but Carrie did all that stuff. But we learned a lot about who you welcome into your circle of friends, and I'm sure there's a circle that you guys are welcome for investing as well. Can people get involved in your club in Big Sky Real?
Absolutely. It's
And how do they do that?
It's free. There used to be like a membership fee, but since we're kind of getting things set back up, like I said, I want it to be useful. I want it to be educational. I want people to get value out of it.
Sure.
So, we don't want to charge anything for it.
There was a fee for that.
Because there's a national association
Oh, I
of
see.
real estate
Yeah.
investors, and they did things like if you were a member of that, you would get like a discount at different places, like paint stores.
Oh, I see.
Home improvement stores.
Sure.
Yeah, so that was why they were part of it. We have a survey put together that we're going to send out to people that come to our meeting on September 8th.
Okay. We'll talk about that meeting in September, so we don't blow by it. September 8th, first meeting. Where, when, all the particulars, if you can.
So that's September 8th at First Montana Title, downtown. They've been kind enough to let us use their meeting space for free. So we're having the meeting 6 p.m.?
Yes. Yep.
6 to 8. It's kind of the first meeting of the reboot of Big Sky RIA.
Well, I'm glad I got you guys on the show before then.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, so
So it's totally anybody's welcome.
Okay.
What I like to think about Big Sky RIA is if you're somebody who wants to get into real estate investing, but you don't even know what your first step
right.
should be, you should come to the meeting because we can help point you in the right direction to take the first and second and third step to get you started on, investing and starting.
Oh yeah, no, we're not selling anything.
Right.
So
Yeah.
So it's just a resource for investors who want to get together and talk about their deals and help each other out and help newcomers. So.
Yeah, and become resources for the future. I guess would be
like
the
there's
way.
definitely some veterans in the group who have been very helpful to Jonathan and myself.
Yeah, people that own hundreds of properties or have been doing it for 30 years. So
Yeah.
I mean, you just can't beat getting in a room with people like that.
Sure.
And getting to network with them and talk with them. There's a lot of things you can buy about real estate investing because it's always a hot topic. But honestly, if you just can get with other people that are doing it,
Right.
I think it's amazingly helpful. At least it was for me. So that's what I want to recreate. I want to make that opportunity available to other people, like the opportunity that I had. So
You guys watch all the TV shows about property investment,
Flipping and flip
all
or
that?
flop.
I
Yeah.
do. We do all the time.
we've watched some of them. Well,
We don't have cable right now, so
Yeah.
we haven't had cable for a few years. But we've
Yeah.
seen some of them. I feel like sometimes they paint an unrealistic picture
I do
of
too.
how easy it seems when it can be more challenging.
Sure.
yeah, they leave out a lot of the details that sometimes a lot of details I enjoy about the process. They also tend to just, it's made for TV, so it's like you gotta keep it interesting, or you gotta keep
Yeah,
have
one
drama,
of your one of your favorite parts is negotiating a contract, and
they almost don't.
It's time for a TV show to be filmed, I guess.
Yeah.
So let's cut this out
Yeah.
and put this more exciting part.
we can't just have
feature
people
in.
talking. We
Right.
need people doing.
Yeah.
All right, so give us contact details on how people can attend the September 8th meeting with Big Sky RIA.
So you
Email
can show-
address or phone number, whatever.
Yeah, so you could show up to the meeting on September 8th at First Montana Title at 6 p.m. downtown, or you could call myself. My phone number is 647-0397.
Okay.
Or drop me an email.
What's your email?
Jonathan@jonathanporta.com.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
We also have a Meetup page, if anybody is familiar with Meetup.com.
Via Facebook or?
We do have Facebook also.
We have a Facebook group as well.
There's a Facebook
Okay.
group for Big Sky RIA Billings real estate investors.
Yeah, the meetup group is called Billings Real Estate Investors. The Facebook group is called Big Sky RIA.
Very good. All right. Well, as time goes by, we'll get you guys back in here to talk more about investments in Big Sky RIA. Okay.
Well, thank you very much for having us on.
Big Sky REIA. Jonathan Porter and Jessica Porter. Good stuff. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks.